Hello, and welcome to the ride, where ungrateful, conniving brats are always welcome. You're headed for a good spanking on the parents' floor. But first, how many people will be playing? One player? Good. Competition only slows down the game. Is this the first time on the ride for you? Welcome back. We may tease you a lot, but we've got you on the spot. Welcome back. Please type in your name. Yes, thank you. If you feel like buzzing, use the letter B. Enjoy the ride. See you at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by the Old and the Senile Retirement Home. Send your parents to our rooms. And now here's your host, the one, the only, Cookie.
Hey, how's it going? You know, I'd probably blackmail my father too. Except if my mother ever found out I knew about the affair, she'd bust both of our skulls. Yep, I love my mother. Okay, you want a little fun for the whole family? Sorry, wrong game. All right, Buzz. I think we can work with that, and here's your category. Parental logic, oxymoron, or paradox? You ready? Let's go. Which of these parental sayings is not an imperative sentence?
Get a haircut, because I said so. Take out the trash.
Or
Turn off the computer.
imperative sentences give a command, and this one doesn't. Why? Because I said so. If you don't like it, tough. I'm in charge, and you'll do as I say as long as you're here. Hey, buzz into selective value. That is certainly not shabby. Now, let's see your category. Muppet babies? Who are the Muppet parents? Okay, play ball. Considering their colors, which Muppets could most likely be Kermit's parents? Gonzo and Elmo, Big Bird and Cookie Monster, Bird and Animal, or Snuffleupagus and Miss Piggy? Gonzo's blue and Elmo's red. It's more likely that they're the Count's parents. Now let's count how much you're losing. Here's the one you wanted. Yellow and blue make green. And on our next show, we'll show you how to use a box of crayons and a microwave to make all the colors of the rainbow. I like to call this category Your Mama. You gotta get your score on the plus side here. Let's go. Oh no! You stepped on a crack! Which of these could you not have broken? Your mother's sacrum, your mother's lumbar, your mother's occipital, or your mother's coccyx?
After I carried you for 9 months, this is how you treat me?
The occipital bone isn't in her back, it's the back of your mama's skull. And unless you want to feel the back of her hand, don't bust nothing else. Now select the category is the USO at the PTA. Okay, picture this. You've missed a ton of classes and your mom and dad are being called into a parent-teacher conference. If your parent-teacher conference occurred during the Paris Peace Conference, what would be the best excuse for all your days absent? Fighting in the trenches during World War I, storming the beaches during World War II, digging foxholes during the Korean...
Timmy is so a good speller.
Timmy couldn't spell his way out of a paper bag.
Bitch!
The Paris Peace Conference ended World War I, and if you can simulate a little shell shock, you can probably get out of gym class, too. All right, we're calling this one. Test tube babies are so lucky. All right, take a look at this letter to an advice column and tell me who wrote it. My twin and I have the most embarrassing foster mother. She walks around with her teats hanging out, she dresses up in sheep's clothing, and howls at the moon when normal mothers sleep. Help! Who most likely sent this letter? Cain and Abel, Chang and Aang, Romulus and Remus, or Zan and Jaina?
If you boys don't come out of that bathroom, I will huff and I'll puff and I'll blow that door down.
Romulus and Remus were the twin sons of Mars that were suckled and raised by a wolf. Skip-to-maloo, shamalama ding-dong. What the hell is that? Okay, I got it. Now then, here's what your real category looks like. A diet for the constipated parent. Keep in mind, the sooner you hit your buzzer, the more cash you can pick up. Okay, think of all the trials of being a parent and then tell me what this rhymes with. Liz Hair T Bun. Heck, none. And ignore the punctuation. First clue, it involves labor. Work sucks. It involves labor and a splitting bellyache. You want it, you got it. Type in your answer. Cesarean section, sort of like Thanksgiving dinner. A little carving with a knife, some spilled gunk on the table, and good old-fashioned family love. Well, there you go. Here's your category. Isn't everyone enamored with my baby like I am? Oh, great. It's time for a very special guest host. See, we have this great new daycare system here at work that allows me to spend a lot more time with all of my wonderful coworkers' babies. And here's one of them now. Bill?
Hey, Cookie. This is my new baby girl, Candy. The mean old boss makes us work so long, I don't get to spend much time with her. But I didn't want my little Candy feeling left out, did I? So I brought her in here to ask her own question.
Oh, how wonderful.
Okay, here she goes. Speak into the mic, Candy.
If you would have listened to, what's her name, you would have picked VOP.
It is the right answer, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're so funny. Aren't you the funniest little baby girl a dad could have? Yes, you are.
Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna go vomit.
God, it's amazing. I mean, she's not speaking English, but you can understand everything she says. Candy, is there anything you want to add before you go?
Did she just say up yours, Cookie? Okay, select. Here's your category. Double dating in the animal world. Okay, hang tight. We're talking about $3,149 here. Here we go. Suppose Mr. and Mrs. Camel went out for the evening with Mr. and Mrs. Walrus. Given the appropriate names for the male and female of each species, of what would the party consist? A bull, a cow, a bull and a cow, a buck, a doe, a boar and a tabby, a ram, a mare, a cock and a jenny, or a boar, a bitch, a boar and a bitch? Male camels and walruses are both called bulls. The females of both species are called cows. And when the four of them get together, it's really disgusting. Okay, hit your buzzer and try. Your category is donuts make my brown eyes blue? Okay, you know how some genes for eye colors are dominant and some are recessive? Well, if Van Morrison's brown-eyed girl and Chuck Berry's brown-eyed handsome man have recessive blue-eye genes, what's the chance that their child will have Elton John's blue eyes? 0%, 25%, 50%, or 75%? If brown-eyed parents have blue-eye recessive genes, there's a 1 in 4 chance their child will have blue eyes. And considering the gene pool, the kid would be a flamboyantly gay, born-again Christian who often ends up in jail. Could I interest you in some roadkill? Buzz in when you see the item that correctly pairs up the two items on the screen. And don't forget, figure out the final bonus question, and I'll give you some extra cash. Okay, pop the clutch, baby. What you do on a cigarette and color blank? What's the common link between these two? Type of truck and blank the knife. $1,008 life blank. Tom Hanks movie, and Andre the Giant was really blank. Universal blood donor, and the roundest letter. Score! What models usually have, and they go all the way up. Term of endearment, and blank Ray Leonard. Okay, it's bonus time. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all Earth Mothers? Nicknames containing death? That's it, count it. I'm gonna be your sugar daddy, count it. That's what your current score looks like. Let's keep going. Now select the... Okay, give it up for... She either swallowed a goat or she's blessed with child. So, remember those sex ed films we all saw? Pregnancy was demystified, we learned the words for sperm and ovum, and we didn't have to explain the process as he put his thing in her down there. Well, get ready to buzz and start typing. So pretend I'm holding a dandelion and help me complete this saying. Mama had a baby and her what popped off? Type it in when you know. Here's what you should have typed in. It's a game you play with dandelions. Mama had a baby and her head popped off, and the dandelion head goes flying. And it's a hell of a lot less gross than what actually happens when Mama has a baby. Hey, this one's called Mother Nature and Her Miracle Whip. Hey, did your mom ever cut the crusts off the bread for you? Yeah, mine neither. If Mother Nature trims the crust off the Earth while making a sandwich, what will she be cutting away? The mesosphere, the hydrosphere, the lithosphere, or the movie sphere? Mesosphere? God, even Bill's baby, what's her name, wouldn't be dumb enough to pick that. Well, what do we have here? Cutting off the lithosphere gets rid of all that nasty crust. Now she'd only lay off the mayo in the egg salad. Alright, buzz in for the cash. My mom says I'm the best host ever. She also says this is your clue. Lies our parents tell us. I still wonder about the time my folks said they were making funny shapes under the blanket. Well, I don't know. Who would make that up? 7 for 7, and against very stiff competition.
Why aren't those earnings projections on my desk?
Has this happened to you? We can help. We're SkyFib. Using an advanced network of satellites and messaging pagers, SkyFib provides you with instant context-appropriate excuses.
Taylor, I'm still waiting for those earnings projections. Why don't you have them?
Oh, excuse me, my pager. I had to go to Lamaze class.
You're pregnant? Well, okay.
SkyFib can help in any situation.
Honey, Tammy said she saw you going into the bowling alley last night. Weren't you working late?
I was, doing a bowl-a-thon for kids with smallpox.
Oh, honey, I'm so impressed.
And you'd be impressed to know who uses SkyFib.
Mr. President, did you have an extramarital affair with that woman?
Oral sex is not adultery.
Let SkyFib help you today.
But honey, wasn't smallpox eliminated in the 70s?
I just, wanted the kids to have a transmission error. I'm dead, aren't I?
Oh, yes.